What's up? Welcome here. February 28th. My boy, Hector. And myself, Armand. This is funny, but foul.
What's going on, guys? We're back.
What's up? New
We are
update.
What up? Oh, man, we put in more work. We have finish off the wall. We actually have a continuous fucking left to right. Doesn't look weird.
Except for that one piece that we don't like to talk about.
Yeah, but no one can see that. We're fine. We're fine.
Nobody would know.
But yeah, we got the lights in.
That's
We
what I've
got
been telling
curtains.
everybody.
Yeah. LED strips. We got everything here, and it's looking pretty nice. Honestly, if someone were to walk in, this is a big deal from what we did a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Like, I know we've talked about it while we were doing it. Like, oh yeah. But if you were to walk in 3 weeks ago, see the studio, and see it now, it's like, okay, this actually looks kind of like legit. You could bring someone in now. Like, if I bring in one of our boys, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? This is not what we expected. They're probably expecting us to do in like the fucking kitchen. And then they walk in, they see us, they'll be like, yo, actually, you know what? Pretty decent.
I mean, it's only a few steps away from like true, but
yeah, I mean,
I think we're on the right path.
I think so too.
I think probably another 10 grand, probably like
Jesus
seven
Christ,
grand.
bro.
No, but like really, if you really think about it, it'd be like
I guess
5 grand, 6 grand at least. You know, and if you want to make it nice, then yeah, 7 grand. But that 7 grand is gonna get split in like 3-4 years,
Something
2 years.
Honestly, the dream would be to have like a 4K switcher with multi-camera angles. That's
gonna be how much
sick.
is that though?
Oh god, 4K switchers like thousands of dollars. Like
how many thousands?
You would spend,
because if you really think about it,
I think
right?
you would spend.
You want to get a full frame camera, right? Even if it's 1080p, you want a full frame, right?
I think you could spend 12 grand in 3 top-tier cameras and a 4K switcher. 12 grand.
But we still need monitors. We still listen. Do you think I like?
Oh no, I'm not saying. I'm saying like
everything.
The dream.
Exactly. I'm saying dream. So are you counting monitors too?
No.
Are you counting another mic too?
No, just cameras and switcher, right? Because everything all in, you had another like 20 grand. Right.
Right. So what I'm saying is like what you're saying, but I lie strictly in the middle a little bit.
No,
I'm not gonna spend.
Oh
See,
no way, no.
Even if we have a 4K switcher, okay, hear
Yeah.
me out. Do we need to really change the cameras?
If you had a 4K
not.
switcher, yeah.
Probably
at that
not,
point,
though.
if you had a proper 4K switcher, you could get some really fucking nice video. Like, but anyways,
That aside,
future dreams.
Future dreams,
It's always nice
for
to have
sure.
dreams, man. That aside, what do we?
I mean, dude, like, listen. 5 years in,
Jesus, fuck.
5 years in, who knows? Who knows? We might be dead, or we might be fucking killing it. 20 G's deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
20
at that
Gs
point,
deep.
if you're asking that much, you're doing it for some kind of return. So that's
Well, yeah, I mean that. Like, listen, it's the return is this, man. This is the return. The return is fucking having an idea and wanting to do that. I mean, we all have to. If you're not rich, your parents aren't rich. You have to be working.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
Now, is your dream to be a mechanical engineer? Probably not. Is my dream to be fucking
It was
into construction?
It actually was at one point.
I mean, yeah, but not like it's like the NBA. Not like it's like for FIFA.
Sort of. There's like.
Dog, you're telling me
right
now if you were good enough where you played soccer and a scout just like this guy,
Yeah.
but you're even better than this guy, where a scout comes up to you and say, "Hey, let's get you going in fucking Barcelona,
Sure,
wherever
yeah.
the fuck. Let's go.
Mhm.
You're playing for the National Colombia team, wherever the fuck.
Yeah, sure.
You tell me you wouldn't go? That's the dream.
No, I understand, but there's different dreams. So like for mechanical engineer,
tier-wise, right?
Yeah, because like
Okay.
this like what I do now is not anyone's like dream out of like fucking school. But if you study to be a mechanical engineer, you do have top aspirations like working for fucking NASA at a high level, working for a Formula One team at a high level. Those are pretty, not just pay wise, but fulfillment wise, you get a lot out of those 2 positions. That's why a lot of guys dream of that in school. They'll be like, oh, I wish I could work for like, jet propulsion labs over at NASA, or I wish I could be working on like the McLaren F1 team or the Mercedes F1 team, being like the team director. To get to those positions, there is a way to do so through mechanical engineering, which is why those are like the dreams for a lot of these guys. Or to work on some like high profile multi-billion-dollar project. That's a dream. But what I'm doing now is not that close to that dream. But those were the ones that I had in school. I did have
I
dreams.
mean, dude, you're in like your mid-20s, bro.
But no, but one of my, I don't have it anymore, but one of my dreams was to become a high level mechanical engineer and get into like a Formula One team. That was one of my dreams. But then I lost interest in that. And
There's guys that,
changed.
you know who makes a lot of fucking money?
Who?
The Formula One guys on the line.
The pit crew, yeah. Those guys
150,000
have
and above US dollars.
And what's crazy is those guys are as educated as the guys who are working on the engineering side of the teams.
100%.
Really, really cool.
The chances of you getting there is like you have to have the smart side of you and the thing. Like you got to be like a, you know, you got to be a Marine. Like,
Basically,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
it's
You
really
got to be a
sick.
fucking Marine.
It's really, really, really cool. And I've watched a few documentaries of those guys, and it's nuts what they do and also what they know.
Listen,
Each one of those guys on the pit crew could strip that car.
yeah.
And put it back together.
I believe
is
it.
crazy.
I believe it because they make that kind of crazy money, man.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they want that kind of qualifications?
Yeah.
Right. One thing that I'm thinking about is how much would it cost to like have a kid get to like master's degrees, like from zero to that? Like,
Depends which country you're in. Here in Canada,
yeah.
I think from what I know from our friends who've done it, are we just talking just post-secondary or just their life from like how long?
0 to fucking 30 years
so like
old,
how much
where
money you got to put into this human being?
Yeah.
Fuck me. I think that's a $1 million investment.
You think so?
I think so.
Then I'm out, man.
Huh? I actually am talking out of my ass here. I have no idea, but I know it has to be like in the hundreds of thousands for sure.
And like, bro, like,
what's
and
the
they
return?
Disrespect you? Like, what kind of fucking bullshit return is that?
Kind of
bro?
return.
You know?
I don't know, man.
Like, okay, if a banker was looking at this and saying, okay, so these are your possible returns in life.
Yeah.
Right? Would you want to invest into a baby? Personally, if I never knew what a baby was, right? If I never seen a baby and seen like how a baby like how like you know what I mean? You learn from a fucking baby, bro. Sometimes babies are like fucking most interesting like
yeah.
You know, humans to fucking like just like when you're around them, you're like, what the fuck are you thinking about, man? Like, what are you thinking about in your head? You see some shit. But another thing I want to say is I always wanted to be in the military.
Actually?
Yeah, I always wanted to like do. But the only thing is like I hate authority.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Right? I hate authority. Authority fucking annoys the shit out of me, man. And like a
Big
dude
surprise.
just screaming at my face, like
Big surprise.
I just tense up and just like I go out of control. I'll probably get kicked out early.
I had dreams of being in the Air Force actually. Like
it's not the same though, right? What's the process? Like how do I get into the Air Force?
Same process. You just apply it into the Air Force. Those special guests, guys, viewers who haven't met. Actually, this would be the first time we would have.
First time.
You want to introduce the girl?
Come on, come here. This is it's my doggy, fucking Senora. Her name's Senora.
We usually have her outside, but she was wanted some love, so we brought her in.
She's whining. I don't know why she's whining because she already ate twice. She already went out. You know.
She just wants some
love.
love.
Already seen the world. Look at his fucking chest, bro. My dog's thicker than you, Hector.
Yeah.
What's going on, son?
The thick dog,
like,
man.
Pound for pound, I put money on my dog.
Pound for pound, I'd still put her over you.
Over me?
Yeah, man. Are you kidding me? Pound for pound, an animal is insane.
Pound for pound, hell no.
Humans,
because I'm more than double her weight.
Humans can't compete pound for pound with animals.
Well, pound for pound, nothing can compete, right? And that's why ants are fucking amazing.
That's what we just said. Pound for pound, I'm still taking her over you.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, what we're just saying about
military.
Yeah, so it's the same process. You just apply to the military, like either the.
Let me put this girl out. Yeah, you keep going.
Yeah, either apply to the Navy, the Air Force, or the infantry, the Army, right? And they're all the application process is the same. The only thing is that depending on what position you want, the process is going to look a bit different. So, I wanted to be a pilot growing up. That was like my biggest dream as a kid. Is I wanted to go to the Air Force, become a pilot, put in my years, get my free education because they give you free education when you go there, get my license, do all that, and then eventually retire, and then go into civilian life and like a civilian pilot, and then start making bank for these Air Canada or the fuck United.
That used to make crazy money. Right now, it's not
It
that good.
still does, but oh yeah, well yeah, right now because of COVID, but only the top.
No, even before COVID, it wasn't that great. Because I knew people that like in 2007, right? Like these are like family friends,
Okay.
right? And there was a guy that actually flew from Toronto to Vancouver, worked for Air Canada, and he was like 17, 18 years in. So
Was he captain?
Full captain.
Full
yeah.
captain?
So he was
Because that should be making a lot.
right, and they were only allowed a certain amount of hours.
Yes, a month. Exactly.
And
That's also
it's-
what I liked about it, because once you capped out, you're done for the month.
Yeah,
You can
but
fuck
the
off to whatever.
ratio before in the past it was like 13,000.
Oh,
It was like 13 or 12,000 for
Yeah.
the amount of years he was, and then it jumped off to like 7.
what the hell?
And then off 13,000, you're getting taxed.
Yeah,
though,
of
right?
course, of course.
Off 7, you're getting taxed.
You're
so
still
you
getting-
make 5.
yeah.
Okay, well that's not that good. Like
'Cause
there's
it
a
used-
lot of
yeah.
things you need to do because you know how expensive it is. When I went to San Diego, I wanted to go into pilot program.
Dude, it's $100,000.
It's $140 an hour. You need
It's a- it's a hun-
3,000 hours plus another 2,000
I
hours.
looked this up here. Well, California is different than here, anyways. But you can do the commercial pilot's license over at BCIT actually. And I looked into that. I was doing that with I checked out some of the open houses and all that stuff. It's $100,000 for your license, for commercial license, and that gives you minimal hours. Like you're a
hold on,
bitch.
Hold on, but like, isn't 5 times 140?
Oh no,
is
I'm
like
talking like
$100,000.
it was $100,000 for the all included cost of your schooling, your rental, like the
Well, California is a little bit less.
California's a bit
a little bit less because it's not including school.
exactly. So it had a specified amount of flight time that you were buying essentially. So you were only coming out with like 800 hours of flight times. I forget what the number was,
But
but
this is 5,000 hours of flight time, and it's like just under like
Yeah,
$100,000.
but
It's like $80,000.
whatever that is,
Yeah.
it's still minimal compared to what guys who are flying now have. Because guys who are flying for 10 years, they have 10 years worth of flying time. So what I'm saying is no matter what school you go to, there's still only an amount of hours you can get in 2 years, just physically speaking. So
Yeah, but once you have your private, you can join the military. You can join Air Force.
you can join the military knowing nothing about flying.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a higher time.
There's like other things that go into. I actually got a friend who he's an air traffic controller
Yeah.
through the military. And he when he was telling me about the process, he was like, dude, it's to become that level of pilot. Like if you want to fly the Hornets, you're talking a handful of people who can fly those. Think of how many people are there in the Air Force. You said thousands. And think how many people can fly those planes, like 5 or 10. Your chances are like beyond small.
Yeah, but I've been in worse fucking chances though.
I don't know about that.
chance.
Have you been in a 10 out of 100 out of 10,000 chance?
Butchered the shit out of
I was gonna say 100,000. I'm like, how many people in the
You
Air
butchered the
Force?
shit out of that.
I think
just coming over from where I came over and not dying is I guarantee you it's a $1 in $100,000 chance. Fuck out of here with that.
I don't know about 1 in
Listen,
100,000.
it's worth trying. Like,
No, okay,
what
so-
else did we do? Listen,
okay.
I don't know about you. You might have been. Hold on.
Let me
You might have
finish
been. You
this-
might have been super efficient in your 20s, but I wasn't. So if I
Yeah.
did that, it still wouldn't be a bad idea.
Maybe. So like my dream was to get in. Why am I not there? The biggest thing was my fucking eyes. Not that I can't see. My vision, focusing is fucking excellent. I got really good eyes for
You
that.
need to smoke more weed, man.
The problem is colors. I'm colorblind.
Oh, so you can't see black or
Can't,
white?
no. Oh yeah. I guess, no.
It's truly a
I am
saint.
red-green color deficient, which means that I have certain hard times discerning
What
red
color
and green.
is this?
This is red. This is like burgundy, maroon. Like it's a darker red.
What color is that?
That's again, it's like reddish. That's brick.
What about that one?
What are you pointing at?
The fucking soundproof.
So here's what's the soundproof. That's
Yeah.
red and black.
Okay.
I got no problems with that. So when people are like, oh, can you see stoplight? Like,
Hey, that's what I just
like,
did.
fuck off. No, I can see that.
Yeah. You
But
ain't blind.
what I no. But if you ever seen those tests where they got all those dots?
Yeah.
They call it Ishihara, and I can't see those. Like I can see the dots, but I can't see the numbers.
How did you come across this through a Facebook?
Literally, that's fucking hilarious. Literally,
You're
that
a basic
I was
bitch.
17,
You're a basic.
and I am, thinking about what I'm gonna do after grade 12. Like, am I gonna apply to universities? Am I actually gonna pursue this Air Force dream and break my mom's heart?
Break my mom's heart.
Legit, I was
break your mom's heart.
My mom was like,
not for it.
no, man, didn't want
No?
to see me die. Like, you go to war, blah 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 stuff.
You're in a fucking hornet, mom.
She's thinking, yeah, but this
Nothing's,
moms.
nobody's gonna get you, bro.
Anyways, so like I'm browsing Facebook and I literally come across one of these like, oh, can you see the numbers test? And I'm like, I can't see this shit.
Oh, bro. Every time I tried those things, like I read the comments, and the guy just tells me where it is, and I look for it, and I see it.
I never came across this before, so I had no idea. For 17 years of my life, I had no idea I was colorblind. And all it took was some fucking Facebook quiz, and then I'm like, wait, this might be a problem. So I go to an optometrist because I'm like, oh, maybe it was a screen. The screen's fucked up. Like I just couldn't see it. He pulls out the book. They have this printed books from like the 50s, and he's like, can you see these? And I'm like, oh yeah, 2, 4.
Can you see these? That was perfect.
Flips to the next page, couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
Fucking dots. And he's like, yeah, son, you are colorblind. I'm like, fuck.
So do you see booty well? Like, do you see booty
I see
any
it
different?
extra well because nothing distracts me.
Damn.
Yeah, dog. No more. I don't see any imperfections. It's just
Like a regular dude would have to do one of these. Like if you're real slick, you'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go like, and then you'll do one of those.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like it's not that bad. It's not that bad because it's like it's sneaky, so it's respectful. Right?
yeah.
But this dude will do like one of this, and then he'll get the full picture.
Exactly.
He's got like
That's it.
900
That's all
dots of focusing.
That's all I need. All I
Boom.
need.
There's no distractions. He sees all blurred out. This guy's like a A7S3.
Most guys over here with like
2021. Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Most guys are out here with A51s and next
Jesus,
7s.
next
bro.
5s. Christ.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
So yeah, that's how I found out I couldn't pursue my dream, and then I cried that day. I legit cried because I was like, my whole life I wanted to become a pilot, and they're like, no, son, you can't do it. I was like, well, fuck. Nothing I could do about that. Can't like take surgery. There's nothing you can do with that. You just live with it. And so that's when I found out and gave up that dream.
Nothing wrong with crying once in a while, but you know, if you catch yourself crying like every 3 weeks,
Every 3 weeks, might have a problem.
you might have
See
an
a doctor.
estrogen problem.
Yeah,
Major estrogen
Get
problem.
that shit checked for sure.
Prolactin,
For sure.
progesterone, check all that, man. Just look at your nipple and see if it's bleeding milk,
Jesus.
man. If it's bleeding some milk,
You got some problems?
you got some. If you squeeze and a little bit of juice comes out,
Bit of a problem.
get off the deck.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Get off the trend. This stuff is gonna make you bleed. Speaking of bleeding,
Oh Christ, where are you taking me with this one?
You have a specific way of, your taste in women.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Not going into too much detail,
Too much
But-
specifics.
but the girls that you're into are more likely than not to be on an honor roll. To
Trying to think
have-
about this.
have have a good family.
I meant to seemingly.
where they're like really friendly with their siblings and shit.
I meant to seemingly good women. That's how I describe
Like,
it.
slightly overweight.
That's not. You haven't seen all the girls I've been with.
Not all of them.
You've
but
seen
they're-
literally
they're-
one girl I've been with.
Hold on. Some of them are thick. Some of them are normal.
You've seen one
Some
girl
of
I've been
them are
with.
normal.
How many girls?
50-50.
No.
70-40. 70-30.
Favoring which side?
Slimmer side.
70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's bullshit. So it's like 60-40.
Nope.
That's what it is.
It's like actually closer
65.
to 80-20.
No.
Like you're surprised for some reason, but like yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not saying, dude, you're a good-looking guy, man. If you talk well, if you're in the right scenario, 100% you're gonna have enough confidence. I don't doubt that. That's not what I doubt. We have a different buddy that I doubt stuff with, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, that's
Wait,
not it.
You think that I'm into
I just think
curvy
you're into-
women?
No.
What are you getting at here?
Listen, naturally pushing it. Like if she gains 5 pounds, she's over.
Yeah, no.
You know
See,
what I mean?
so
But right now, she's fine. No
So-
belly,
so
no
here's the
gut,
thing.
no nothing.
I have-
but she gains 5 pounds.
In terms of like
Boom.
physicality, there is actually no consistency between the women that I'm with. So I've been with skinny girls, like real thin, like probably too thin. And I've been with tall girls.
That talks about your dick size too, man. You know.
I've been with thicker girls, shorter girls, petite girls, and girls who are like I should not be like they're just too big for me in general. Like they're tall and they're big. So it's been the full spectrum, man. I can tell you that for sure. Preference wise, I can usually make it work. So that's not actually that big of a problem. As long as she got an ass that I can squeeze, an ass that I can slap.
Man, your patriarchy, bro. Your patriarchy is disgusting.
Your patriarchy.
Yeah, your patriarchy is just.
Is it too much?
It's too much, man.
Shit,
it's
I'm
too
sorry.
much. I feel sick to the stomach as a feminist.
Oh damn.
And
did I offend you?
I don't like. Yeah, I'm totally offended, man.
Oh,
I'm producing estrogen as we speak.
Oh god.
I just don't like how you are
Objectifying
women, man. Like, how dare you?
How dare I?
How dare you?
I will.
Because you don't even have those pieces. Like, son, you need delts. If you're talking about booty, you gotta have delts.
I don't know how those two.
Listen, if you're talking about chest, like, you gotta be able to have some inclined chest to talk about some girl's chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So what am I talking about? The ass.
Same thing like this. If you see a girl, right, where she's disgusting.
Yeah.
She doesn't take care of herself. Like, and then she's like super picky. She thinks like she has the balls to like come up to you and say like, hey, you wanna like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
that's like, wow. Like, that's I would feel offended. If I was a good looking guy, I would feel offended if that happened to me. Same way if that's why you don't go up to like a 12 out of 13, 12 out of fucking 4.
Yeah.
And you talk to her, and when you're like a 6 out of 10, man, just change the fractions and do the math. But you know what I'm saying?
Talking about fractions here now. Fuck.
Yeah, man. You got to change the fucking denominator on those. Son.
What about you?
Make them both 12.
What is your type? What are you going for normally? I guess we're gonna stick with this physicality question. So what do your women normally look like?
They range because I specifically like my type of women are not that many out there where we live. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking unicorns out here? What are you talking about?
No unicorns and shit. It's just like it's a specific type of woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Because it's easy where we kind of live in a rich area. Right? Where you see people where like their dad and stuff like buys them shit.
Okay.
Whether you look like I like you, like whether you look like my type or whether like you don't, if I know that your dad's paying for everything, it's kind of like a turn off right away. Like I even if you're like a dime, like
sure.
I just you have the best personality.
I'm really still confused. What do they look like? Usually
like white chicks and Latinas, some Asian.
Okay. So is there any like consistency between these girls? Like, do they look? They're
fairly educated.
Are they all
usually.
fit? No. I mean physically. We'll get into the personalities later.
Physically, I would say that they are
similar.
They're not very thin, but they're fit. Like they work out.
Okay.
Generally. And the ones that don't, it doesn't really last that long because that working out thing, it's not a shallow thing. It's like a mentality.
Right.
It's a lifestyle, right? And that lifestyle, it goes into other things in life.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So if you don't have a program, like I work on programs, like I write shit down.
Yeah.
I get a list of things I need to get done and I try to do them.
Right.
You know, whether that works for you or not, but that works for me. So that's what I do. But you have to have something that works for you. When I see you on a daily basis and I see that like you don't really have any plans, like you're doing stuff, but there's no like real goals.
There's no thought process.
There's no thought process of like what I have to do, you know, progress. There's none of that, right? Yeah, you're not every move that you make. Sometimes you'll go into bigger debt to make something better. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's not important. The important thing is you'll get out of that debt, but you have to have a plan. And that when you don't have that plan, usually if you're not active, you're not working out, you're not doing something, you know, if you're in a soccer team, you're a fucking Beersley soccer team. Fuck, that's still good. But if you don't have that, then you become lazy in life. Right. And that's just
unattractive.
Very unattractive.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that.
And another thing I don't like girls that are like very religious.
Okay.
Because you could talk to them about anything, right?
Yeah.
And they'll have input on everything. But when you talk to them about that, there's things that you bring up and they don't have an answer for it, then the relationship is at a halt.
Interesting. So like, what things are you bringing?
Resistance.
What are you bringing up?
Like you're following a dude that you don't even know, bro.
What do you mean?
Like the dude that wrote the Bible, like you don't even know who the fuck he
Oh,
is.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like you talk about Jesus and shit, like you don't even know if he existed or not. Like
I
we don't even know.
I think we're pretty sure he existed as a human
I know,
being.
but dope, bro. Listen, there's him in every culture. There's the Son of God in every culture.
No, but I mean, like there was a Jesus Christ, a person, as like
I understand, but we don't even 100% know.
Uh,
Nobody now that is here now has lived back
I
then.
dislike when people say that so much.
But hold on.
You know
For
why?
the viewers at home, let's just go into this
No,
carefully
and-
because
and-
I
and
don't want
not
to go into a
and-
dark hole.
hold on.
He's Catholic.
No, but
I'm
we're
atheist.
We're
That's why.
gonna ignore the Jesus aspect of what you just said. I dislike so much when people say we can't verify 100% because you weren't there, we weren't there,
Yep.
we didn't exist. Because that just spits in the face of all history that we have right now. Because that's just basically saying unless you were there, then we can't know for sure. Well, that's
There's
like
some things.
that's so
Hector. There's some things but then
that is such a
there's-
bad way of looking at things,
listen.
and I'll tell you why.
And the reason I'm saying is like because we only started collecting information last 200-300 years.
That's
maybe,
not true.
Maybe
We-
500 years. Like the way that is actually you could very very precise. The way you're talking about where you can exactly point down to this date, this date, this date, and kind of find out
That has
different
been
aspects. But hold
that-
on, just hold on.
It's
one
because
sec.
that's what you just said has
Okay.
been happening since 400 BC.
No,
Yes,
because there's no actual.
I'll tell you right now. Do you know where the word history comes from?
I don't.
It's comes from ancient Greece.
Okay.
The word literally comes from a guy's book. The guy's name was Herodotus.
Listen,
And
bro.
I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you right
No.
now so you can
drop
understand.
the knowledge. Drop the knowledge all you want. But let me just tell you one thing, though, man. This has nothing to do with Jesus. What you're saying. The argument started with Jesus.
No,
Let's stick to the
okay, no.
argument.
You
You're
changed
talking
it.
about history and shit. I'm talking about
You changed
how do we
it.
know where Jesus was.
You
bro?
changed it when you said
Do we know
you-
exactly what
you
path
changed
he
it
went through?
the minute you said you're like, oh, we can't 100% know for sure because we
can't.
weren't there, you weren't there, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
okay.
can't.
Not that I have a problem with where you're coming from, but I have a problem
Who
with
wrote
you
this
say
down?
you have a problem with.
Hold on. Who
let
wrote
me finish.
somebody? A human
You-
wrote it
you
down,
ha-
right?
Of course,
Then-
all of
then we
human
don't know.
all of human history has been recorded by humans. That's
I
literally
know,
the point.
But there
So-
is aspects.
But you
that are
cannot
different
you
in
cannot
different
discount
countries.
things just because you weren't there. That is such a dangerous place of
But you're
thinking.
not saying. But you're not. I'm not saying.
No
just
one
that.
ever talks about history with 100% certainty.
I understand.
That is not
So
the
that's
point.
Uncertainty is. That's what
But
I'm
you
saying.
cannot. Yeah, let me finish. So, but what I had a problem was you saying that because people who say that have it's a dangerous thought process because it gets you in a place where you start arguing with a closed mind. Because if you cannot accept the fact that there is going to be some kind of level of uncertainty with things that have happened in human history, then you're not going to be able to give yourself the chance to have an open mind about considering how things happened.
True.
So that's why I say it's a dangerous thought process to have because
I don't think it's that dangerous.
you're not actually that bad, but there are people who have this problem where unless something is 100% true
I
and
know.
no error ever happens,
Let's just
it's
call
wrong.
it hashtag Eddie Bravo. Listen.
And yeah, so that's
Uh,
why I have a problem with that. But getting back to the topic of your like, did it happen? Blah blah blah. In the time span when Jesus was allegedly born, we had already had about 400 years worth of recorded history in the way that we understand history to be. And the reason I say this, and that's why I brought you back to ancient Greece, is because that word comes from the first guy to actually record history. Back in 470 BC, a guy called Herodotus started recording history with times, dates, and places. The first time that's ever happened. Before that, things were stories.
You don't think.
So if you look at the
but you don't
Bible,
think, okay, hold
the
on.
first half of the Bible is
That's
basically
fine.
made up fables and stories.
That's fine.
It has no reference to
Yeah.
anything. It talks about serpents, people
Yeah.
moving, seasons changing, but there was never any like today on the first. You know what I mean? That didn't happen.
Okay.
But by the time Jesus was born, there were people outside of religion,
Okay.
outside of Judaism, outside of all kind of religion that were already recording. They were
Okay.
already taking history and notes as we understand it now. They would write down, today is this day, these things happened, these events happened, and this is how they happened. They weren't talking with
How many of
analogy.
these do we have from any year? Do we know? Like a number?
We have a lot from ancient Greece.
Okay, but like,
And
how many people were writing this down?
I can't give you a number. We can look that up though.
Okay, so would you say like if I'm looking at something, right? Like
Yeah.
let's say the JFK murder, right?
Okay.
So if I'm writing about that and I'm looking at it
Yeah.
and there's 5 of us and we're all sitting in different locations.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not all going to have the same, because that's the whole conspiracy about JFK, right? Because some people said that he was shot.
Understand, but that's
hold
one
on.
event.
Hold on. The one event, okay? One event is this distorted. Okay? So that was a few seconds that was distorted.
Yeah.
There was stories that his wife or his girlfriend or
Okay.
whatever the fuck. Hold on.
We don't need to get into it though.
No, I know that, but just that aspect
Mm-hmm.
has so many different stories, and
Why do you think that is?
Jesus's
No, hold on.
timeline.
Why do you think that is though? You're like that. Those few seconds, they have so many. Why do you think that is?
People's memory and people's understanding of what's going on, and the source of recording wasn't anywhere that it couldn't be distorted. It was like anti-distorted properties. It could easily have been distorted, and that's the fucked up part about a lot of things in the past, is people get wrapped up about things like this, that it might be not the actual thing might actually not be that impressive, but it just might be very distorted based on the technology they had in the past and how they were recording these things, and the limitations of one person recording one thing, and that being very subjective towards their understanding of what happened.
Okay,
Like,
you're getting pretty deep in your like reasoning, but you don't need to, because you just said a one-time event that was very short got distorted. You're talking about the JFK thing. That's a one-time event that happened for a short amount of time. You're talking about the existence of a person who allegedly was alive for years. The chances
when
of
did he die?
he was roughly like 30. He was in his 30s.
So we don't even know.
We do know.
Well, like how old was he exactly?
I don't know. I don't
you don't
memorize
know.
these things.
Oh.
No, I just he was in his 30s, and again, he died because at the time the Roman Empire was the the empire of the time. The Romans don't believe in Christianity. They believed in their gods. So their record keeping has nothing to do with the fact that they believe Jesus to be a prophet. They simply take him down as a citizen of the Roman Empire. You were born this day, you died this day by crucifixion. Like that's a record. Because they it's like prison inmates. He was in here, you know what I mean? Like he entered, he left, this was his name, this is where he's born, that's it. To them, Jesus is just a regular person. He's not a prophet, son of God, none of that.
Does it rain over there a lot? Like what kind of weather do they have? Just off topic, this is something interesting to me. Do you know?
That's like modern day Palestine, Israel.
Very hot then.
Yeah, very
That's
very hot.
interesting, because
Very hot.
they're not very close to the equator. Like they're not very close.
They kind of
They're higher up than Iran, and Iran
Yeah,
snows.
yeah.
But that might be because it's prairie weather. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't fucking know. Listen, man, all I could say about this is I don't really want to go too deep into it, because it could just turn into something that we have no idea about. None of us have the real facts.
Yeah.
But my last take of this is, I don't know, you don't know, but all I got to say is that just me as a person, I guarantee you I'm a lot smarter than people from 1,000 years ago, just because of the certain aspects that we have now, certain technologies we have now that we didn't, and certain understandings of how the world works.
That's actually a really interesting one too. That's a topic we can get into another day, because there's people who would actually argue the opposite.
Yes and no to a certain level. Like
And it depends on what you're looking at.
1800s, they might have focused all day, 10 hours a day, on education and learning different languages, so they had a much better fundamental understanding of education.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about tech, everything, well-roundedness. Could they be more well-rounded than us?
Yeah.
Like, we could start fires. Hunt, anything. Like, the technology we have right now makes us actually smarter than them. That's the whole thing with tech. That's why they want to fucking drill holes in our head and fucking put chips in.
Yeah, sure.
Because we are just better off that way. You have all the information. You could Google, dude. You could be Jesus. You could be Hector fucking Jesus, bro. Listen, you could start fucking researching information. You know how smart you are? You're actually, one of your gifts that you don't fucking know about is you know the most amount of random facts that a person could know. And that's because you like read and understand and like.
I've actually been told that, so I do know that now.
So there's a lot of notes that you have in your head, which is like super fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine if you had all of them. You had all of them.
Anyways, but yeah, we should probably move on. Probably wrap soon.
Wrap. All right, boys. All I gotta say is, follow your dreams. If it's the regular thing to do, or not, just do it, man. Just follow your fucking
your dreams
and
start a podcast.
Yeah, start going to MMA. Come out of the closet, Hector. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's coming out of the closet, you want me to open that door, you go in, you come out, and that makes you feel better. I'm in.
That's a wrap for us. Funny but foul.
Yup.
We're out.
Peace.